Hey, hello, what's up everybody? It's me, Super Gamer. Welcome back to another video. Now, first of all, I'm sick. Just to make it clear, right now I am sick. Obviously I don't have a runny nose, but I'm kind of like coughing and everything, you know, dry cough. And also, I just wanted to make this video to explain for those who are Pokemon fans. Also, make sure to drop a like if you're a Pokemon fan, just to know. I'm going to explain today the Age of Ash. Yeah, I know a lot of people has been, you know, confused of why Ash looks the same after a lot of years of, you know, being on the company. But first, let's make this clear. I'm gonna be explaining the reasons why Ash still looks almost the same, because personally, me, I have seen a big difference since he started his Pokemon journey, but it's not a very huge change that he makes. All right, let's first go out on about the Pokemon story. Let's begin with it. In Pokemon, you know, it's a world where you catch Pokemons, go on a journey, and make friends along the way, and fight up against the strongest, you know, Pokemon trainers to become the strongest of all, and the master. Now, I just want to say that the reason why Ash looks, you know, a little bit young, as we could say, he still looks young, but not as much as you think, because as I already said, I have seen a little difference on the Age of Ash between the years, comparing from the series of Pokemon. No, he's not 10 years old. Believe me that he's not. He's not 10 years old. No. Bro. He must be approximately from between 11 to 12 years old. First, let's begin explaining that in one of the episodes, he actually celebrated the meeting anniversary with Pikachu, where they first met and started their journey. Now, I just want to make clear that from that event to another, it only passed like 1 year. So he was 11, and it may seem like a really long time, you know, but clearly it's not. First, let's compare. It's like, you know, and also it's about to have, it already passed its 20th anniversary, but that's when the company started making Pokemon. That's the anniversary of the company, not the anniversary of the series or the Pokemon games. So basically what I'm trying to explain is basically, you know, just the anniversary of the company. It's not the anniversary of Ash, it's not the anniversary of Pikachu or either of those, or the game in specific. What I'm trying to explain here is that the anniversary is from the company, and Ash still looks equal on age, is because it hasn't passed much since he was a kid. Because first, in the Pokemon story, or in the Pokemon game, you already may observe that you can just like pass almost the whole entire game in, you know, just like 1 hour or less. And the reason why is because first, let's say that the regions aren't so big as you think they are. They're almost like islands. So, no, not 6 years have passed. Believe me that they not. Because if you observe the game a little bit more clearly, it does have a comparison between the whole entire thing of, you know, it has a lot of comparisons with the series in perspective, and oh shit, it does have a lot to tell about the whole entire thing. It's really it's almost the same. Okay, basically the game and the series is almost the same. Now the only thing is the timeline. First of all, in the series it may show you, and in the game as well, that every single time a new generation arrives, new Pokemon come as well. So what? This guy's fucking pissing me already. I'm sorry for the language, but you know, everything changes between the years. And I know that it may seem like, you know, years have passed since Ash started his journey, but it hasn't passed that much. First, the regions are small. Second, it has the same timeline as the actual game. And third, you know, Ash is, you know, there's some people in specific that, you know, they don't have a certain condition, but they're people that they don't grow that much, so they do not age that simple. There's people in the world that they don't age that simple. For example, when I age simply because when I was a kid, you know, I was like 10 years old or something, I don't know, like 9, I actually started growing for the first time a mustache, okay? Believe me, that I have. And when I was 10 or something, I don't know, I started growing a pimple for the first time. So there's people in this world that they don't age that quick. Or they don't age that slow. So basically Ash is like one of those people that it doesn't age that easy. Also to simply just know that Ash, you know, first, let's talk that the show is a friendly family show. It's not a show like one of those anime shows that they actually show the characters aging and everything, you know. It's like, after so many years, for example, let's take Dragon Ball Z right now as an example. Like 30 years have passed and in a specific event, the arrival of Majin Buu or something, I don't know, and the characters look really different. You know, drastical changes and everything, etc., etc. Fuck you. Look at this. I want to try to do 400 tell me how many health. Fuck you. God damn. Come on. Come on. Fuck. No! You. Oh my god, you smart ass asshole. Haha, sorry. No, believe me, that is not. Okay, just to specify. Just to specify, you know, the game. First of all, look at the series. When it first started, you see like the beginning of all, you know. It has the same beginning as in, you know, the Pokemon game in Game Boy when it first started, like Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Green, Pokemon Yellow. It has the same beginning, you know, the classic beginning. A Gengar fighting up against a Nidorino. But when you look at the series, it starts the same way. Because, you know, it's a classic entrance, or a classic beginning. Do not fuck me up, I swear to God. It has a classic beginning as always, and the game doesn't have much of a big difference apart from the series. The only thing is that first the characters change, the relations between the characters change as well, and on the game series, the original, or let's say, you know, the classic character and most recognized is Red instead of just Ash. So if it was Ash, it would have been almost exactly the same thing. It's like, first of all, the company just wants to make a family-friendly show. It doesn't want to make a show where you see the characters aging, or else, you know, the whole show would end at a certain point. But since Pokemon is actually, you know, just a game and a series at the same time, it has to have, you know, like, it has to continue. It can't end. It's a series that doesn't end. Fuck off! No. How's this guy doing it? How the hell is Ash has 5 children? Asshole! Oh my god, okay. So, theoretically speaking, a lot of people have come up with a lot of theories. For example, the theory of the coma. I actually don't accept that one because it doesn't make any sense. What the fuck, dude? It doesn't make any sense. You know, like, Ash stuck in a coma. First of all, you know, it kind of seemed a little bit obvious for some people, but it is not. It has to have, you know, a valuable reason why Ash is stuck in a coma. That's like a freaking creepypasta there. I don't approve them in a certain way. Basically, what it tries to explain to you... Oh shit, yes, come on, do it. Yeah! Keep pushing! Father and son, Kamehameha, max power. Oh shit, no. It has to have a valuable reason why Ash is stuck in a coma. And I don't actually consider that, or any of the theories that I have heard of, like valuable. They're not valuable to me. They don't make any sense. Fuck off! Alright, that's it. I'm going and I'm fucking finishing off. The whole problem with the whole entire thing of aging is that obviously a lot of people just don't like to age, and neither obviously those who already age, they don't want to keep aging as well, because there's people that you know, they do not want to age, but that's the whole part of life. That's the whole circle of life. You have to age at a certain point. But since this is a cartoon mixed up with an anime, cartoons don't change at all. For example, if you take a look, you know, you see one of those shows, you know, cartoons, you see the characters, you know, in a certain episode, you know, just aging completely and changing their age. There's cartoons that, you know, they just do that because it's a silly way to express, you know, the character's emotions. You know, you may see that the character's aging and it looks a little bit more different than you first saw it, but that's how a cartoon just goes out. That's how it works. A cartoon shows, you know, comedy, and it does changes in a certain point, but when it goes back to another episode, it's still the same. It's practically still the same. So basically, what I'm trying to explain here is first that Ash doesn't glow because it may have like one of those people. There's some people that they don't age that fast because, you know, they're just people that are not like some others that they have really slumbled hormones on their body, you know, and they age like really quick. But there are some people. Boy, there is actually some people that they grow really fast, and some of them they don't grow that fast. So that may be the case with Ash. Also, family-friendly show, they must keep it friendly, and the company does not want Ash to grow because they just want to make him look like the original character from the beginning. Also, another thing is that, you know, Ash has changed a little bit for most of our Pokemon fans that haven't noticed that Ash has aged. They still think that he's young, but he's like 11 to 12 years old. He hasn't changed much. He has changed. For example, if you take a look at the first beginning of the series, like Pokemon Indigo League, the original series, you may observe that between the changes, the hormonal changes, you see that Ash's voice is different, also including the size is different. But in the first beginning of the series, you look like Ash is, you know, like really small, and his voice is more childish. So he has actually changed. He's not gonna stay like young forever. But the whole thing with the series and the whole entire, you know, the whole entire game, the comparisons is that you don't age fast. Because in the game you don't age fast. For example, my character is like, must be, you know, like 14 years old. Obviously that's in Pokemon Sun, because they actually celebrated my character's birthday, because that's an actual event on the game of Pokemon Sun. it's like they save your database, you know, your age, your name, everything that is important from you. This guy's a moron. He just wasted his special move. You know, they just like, they celebrate your birthday, but your character's still on the same age. Well, it's not the same age. That was a bad example. It still looks the same. Every single trainer that has started his journey, he has 10 years old, or between that age. But right when they start growing and, you know, they start leaving that part of being a trainer, is because they're like from 11 to 12 years old. Because trainers, they have a lot of experiences between you know, the past Pokemon battles. You know, when you become a champion, it's like there's no one else to fight because that proves that you're the strongest. And it's like it's like the most weirdest thing is like you're stuck in a chair, you know, just waiting for the next challenger every single time. That would be weird and extremely, and also, you know, a lose of patience. It's like you're waiting for someone interesting to challenge you, but there's actually no one that can challenge you because you're way too strong. But the whole point is that every single trainer in Pokemon lives their life on their own way. And since the creator of Pokemon still hasn't made the big change, and also it may have a little bit of relation that with the change of animation, the reason why Ash looks so fucking young is maybe because of the change of animation that has been passing. Because if you already may observe on every single Pokemon series or every single generation, they change, you know, the animation of the character because they can't stay with the same animation every single time. Apple. Not enough to kill me. Boing, 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 boing. You're dead. There we go. One more. Come on, Krillin, you're dead. You may be small, but I'm still gonna kill you. Smashed on the ground, Krillin always loses. That's why I'm a professional with the spark. I make strategies that no one else does. Now, the whole point is that if we go, imagine yourself going into a Pokemon journey. You're big and everything, and then you pass like a really long time, you know, traveling, but it only has passed in a period of 1 year or 3, you know, like 1 or 2 years. Let's just say that. Okay, I'm getting myself confused. I'm getting a tongue twist here. When it comes in the period of time, you already notice that only just like 1 or 2 years have happened since you started your journey for the first time, and you're already like at the 6th, let's say at the 6th region or the 7th that you're traveling on. That's the same example with Ash. He has traveled so he travels really fast, okay? It's like you don't take that long to travel from one place to another, and specifically if we're talking about islands. If you already have noticed, and any of you have played, you know, the first game, you already may notice that doesn't take that long for you to complete the full story, and you know, including all the twists and everything. For example, the death of the Marowak, also obtaining the Pokeflute, all of those other items, you know, going into the Team Rocket home base, that is the tower. It hasn't, you don't pass that much. It's like from, let's say like 1 day or something that you take, if you're like one of those lazy persons that don't want to, you know, concentrate yourself on staying yourself on the same game every single day, or pass the whole game on 1 day, and you want to, you know, give a pause. It hasn't passed much. It actually hasn't passed much since you started. And once, you know, after 10 days or something, you actually go to the Pokemon League and you obtain all of your badges, even though it may look, you know, like really Alright, got the good strategy here. Even though it looks like high pressure and everything, you know, every single trainer has to be the best and everything, you know, like, become the best fighters of all time. And not deception their families or anything. That is so sad. Every single trainer, you know, they can live their life on their own. And if they want to retire at a young age, it's okay for them. But obviously Ash won't, you know, he won't retire because he's still young. But not that young. I'm gonna give you an exercise. See the original series of Pokemon, then afterwards see the Pokemon series of Pokemon Sun and Moon, just for you to see the changes that have happened between the years. Believe that they haven't passed much, but they do have passed a few. You have to see the series to understand a bit of how the whole entire aging thing of Ash goes out. Because it may be difficult to understand in a certain point of view, because you may think that the character looks young, but it's just a cartoon. You know, Ash is just a cartoon, and he does everything like it should. It plays its role really well when it comes, you know, protagonizing its character. The reason why you may understand, obviously, as I already said, that Ash looks younger, or it still looks young. First, the change of animation makes him look young. Second, you know, obviously it's a cartoon, it doesn't age that easy. And third, it hasn't passed much since he started the beginning of his journey, so it makes a lot of sense in my mind. But all of those theories, you know, that Ash ate, you know, that he's still in coma and everything, they don't make a lot of sense for me. They all seem absurd to me. They all seem very abstract and absurd. Absurd. Fuck. Boy, get wrecked. My game is lagging so hard. This is lagging so hardcore. This guy's dead. I didn't even need it to spark. God. So, to get on the gameplay and conclude, let's get on the conclusion. Ash, he ages like everybody else, but he doesn't age like. What the fuck? Did I just say Crystal Rank Super Saiyan 2? Oh my god. Oh my god, no way, I just in Crystal Rank Super Saiyan 2, oh my god. No. It's like for a moment I saw that it was level Android, but then all of a sudden it just in Crystal level Super Saiyan 2. I think it was from that fight that I was doing before, you know, just practicing. So let's drop a conclusion. In conclusion, first, Ash is still young. He's still like from 11 to 12 years old. He's not 10. Third, let's get the fact that all that theory, you know, the creepypasta thing of the coma, doesn't make any sense. First of all, when Ash first met Pikachu, Pikachu wasn't that strong to give such a hard hit to put someone unconscious. Second, attacks of Pokemons to human are not that effective because they're different species. They're not compatible with anything. They're not compatible with breathing. They're not compatible with, you know, if any Pokemon tries to injure you, it won't make you that much effect. They only do effects with their own species. And third, Ash has, you know, survived multiple hits, you know, He's a human as usual. In a cartoon, and in a cartoon, you don't get that much injury. Let's say that, you know, you twist your leg in something on an episode, and then when you go back into the next episode, your leg is fine, okay? Your leg is completely fine. It hasn't changed much. It's still the same as if it was before. So, also, another thing is that family-friendly show. They have to keep it friendly. They can't just like increase Ash's age and start saying curse words and everything. That would just practically ruin children's, you know, children's childhood. It has been a family-friendly show since the beginning, okay? So don't ask much for Ash aging. So that won't happen. Believe me that it won't happen. If you expected that Ash was going to age, you got something else coming. And so I would give it a conclusion. Ash will age, but it won't age much between the time, because, you know, he's a normal human, but he has like one of those humans that, you know, they just like, they don't normally change their own age. They change on the time period. I have seen people, you know, like, actually grown teenagers, you know, like, let's say 18 years old or something. No, wait, not 18 years old. Let's say like 16. They haven't changed much since you first met them. Believe me that they haven't. Miserable bitch! You know, some people just don't change normally on the time period that has been told. They change, you know, really, you know, they change, when it comes, you know, just like from when you get on the age of 21, they actually start changing. There's people that they do that. They start changing at a certain age. But at a certain age, they don't, like, age at all. Fuck off. This guy's just trying to spam me. So, if you wanted to know why Ash doesn't age as much, I already explained to you. You know, he's still just a kid, okay? Let's just keep it like that. He's still a kid. It's a family-friendly show. Yeah, it's like the show won't be just at a certain point. They will start showing like tits and everything, you know, mature content. But they won't do that. They just want to keep it family-friendly for kids of younger ages. And a lot of people, you know, like adults, they actually want it to look like an adult show. But they shouldn't. This guy's already getting through my nerves. This guy's getting through my nerves! Fuck! Yeah, you're just fucking spamming those same fucking moves, you goddamn asshole. Come on, I want to do fucking Super Saiyan God Kaioken. Ah, you failed. Miserably. No! You asshole! I'm dead. Really?
This is my target.
Also, just, you know, for the fact that there's a comment that says in Sun and Moon, Misty is taller than Ash. Obviously, because when we first saw, you know, Misty, it was like way more older than Ash. It was like from 12 to 13 years old. It's like, what do you expect? A fucking young girl, 9 or 8 years old to present, and then when it grows up, it's like massive tits and everything. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's just filthy.
Let's go. One more time.
Shit.
One more time.
Asshole. Boy, that's what you get. That's what you get for spamming. Well, this guy's not working well on the defense. Ah, yeah, hold everything back like you said. What do you mean it's their hack? That's not possible. It's like there's no way that a human being could get hacked. This guy just wants to knock me out in one single fucking combo. Fucking grab. Fucking grab. Just loving it. And Goku has come to an end. Really? Bitch. Just wants to get me on the goddamn corner as if I was a kid of 9 years old.
I'll put you out of your misery.
You're not gonna kill me that easy, boy. Alright, I gotta wait a little bit. Do not knock him up. Do not. And my whole strategy is completely fucked. I ruined it. You're fucked. You're fucked, boy. You're fucked. Come on, kill him. No! Alright, you want to see an even bigger pro at Spark? Here you go. I'm gonna give you a little demonstration now. Boy! Boy! Look at that beautiful kick.
This is the end.
You're way too big. I knew it. You're just way too big.
I will terminate my target.
This is the end.
So I think conclusion of the whole theory video.
Won't be able to block.
Ash, still a kid. And he will enjoy his life as a little kid forever. Until the company finally decides to get rid of the character.
This is the technique of a claw. This is the technique of a claw.
Again! This is so hilarious. Boy, you're dead. Oh my god. And he disconnected. I'm pretty sure he did on purpose. I'm pretty sure he did it on purpose. I can recognize people when they disconnect themselves on purpose. Maybe it's because they just don't want to lose frequently. I've seen, you know, in the server of Japan, you know, a lot of Japanese people that I have fought before. Every single time that I beat them, you know, like 2 straight fights in a row, they just, you know, they give up. They just leave because they don't want to do one more fight and accept defeat. They're just so fucking goddamn stupid. I'm not trying to insult anyone that is Japanese. I know that you may not understand me on my language. For those who are Japanese that are watching this, I'm talking 100% English. I'm not talking Spanish. I'm not talking African. I'm not talking Canadian or Canadian French is the same thing. So, you know, I'm just trying to, you know. When the ring of Super Saiyan Blue came? Wait, is that new? I'm pretty sure it's new. I thought the highest rank was Living Legend. Now I believe that it's Super Saiyan Blue.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. flinched. You flinched. Why do you do Big Bang Attack, you fuck? How did he did it? I just hit him and then all over the suddenly he just got back up.
What you looking at? Don't you toy
Filthy asshole. Filthy asshole. Yeah, I knew it.
Get out of here! Don't underestimate the Saiyans. Excellent! Over here! What you looking at? Don't you touch it! No place for weaklings!
I knew it. He was gonna switch out.
Now, alright! Now this! Alright!
As if you were going to get rid of me that easily. Fuck off. I've seen a lot of people like you do the same fucking strategy every single fucking time. Fucking okay, Goku's out.
Oh, you still don't understand. Your path is
Miserable bitch. Haha. That's what you get. Oh, fuck. Fuck off. I mean, like, how does it do it? How does it every single time that I hit him? It's just like, oh, all over the suddenly does the same fucking crap. Oh, thank you. You just fell into my trap, you little bitch. I'm gonna show you which trap it is. In just a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
I should be able to rest easy.
The power of God. Now I am raging. Now I'm fucking pissed. You insolent. It's like literally he just doesn't know how the whole fucking game works. He doesn't even know that every single time that somebody uses his part, the attacks are like much more quicker. And I'm completely fucked. It's like, why didn't they put Piccolo to his super move, you know, Special Beam Canyon? That would have been that's totally much more better. That would totally be much more better. And I'm pretty sure that this guy's gonna use Final Flash to end me. But I'm gonna show you that he's completely wrong. Oh. See? Told you! I fucking told you! I know people! I know how they are! I know how they fucking are. I've seen them doing the same shit before, and now his energy, and now his maximum attack just completely fucking ran out.
This is the end. This is the technique of a
You're fucked. Come on. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Come on, special move. Use a special, use a special. Yes! Yes! Take that, motherfucker! Boom! Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Multiple hits. Boom. Give you one more. And there we go. We fuck you. We end you. We end you now. We end you. Come on. Finish him off. What is this guy doing? What does he think he's doing? Ass hole. He quit it on purpose. This guy quit it on purpose. Like, look at that. I was about to beat him, and he just quit on purpose. Now, that's a strategy on ranking games. Every single time that you see yourself losing, the cheater strategy is that if they're losing to someone that is lower rank, and they know that their rank is going to decrease, what they do is that they instantly disconnect so their points don't decrease. Because that would probably decrease him back into a different rank, and he would lose points like a lot. Believe me, that a lot. So that's a strategy, and that's only for cheaters. That is only a strategy for cheaters. You have to accept, you have to be a good sport and accept that you lost, okay? It's like if you see Ninja raging, it's because he doesn't accept the fact that he's losing. You always have to accept that you lose. I accept that I lose online. Sometimes I don't accept, you know, in Pokemon, because some people just, you know, they use hack Pokemons, and that's obvious, you know. If you're gonna win with hacks, that's the easiest cheating option. So you have to feel yourself proud that you actually put up a good fight, and you know, you have to come with your face on front. You have to be a good sport, okay? I accept the fact that he was about to defeat me, but I'm pretty sure that he doesn't accept the fact that I just did a complete turn with Goku Black in Super Saiyan Rose, and did the special move at the end, you know, just like I did a complete turn with the whole entire fight. I finished off Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue. I finished off let's see, which was his other character? I think it was Piccolo. I defeated Piccolo, and also I was about to defeat his Super Saiyan Vegeta, but then obviously he knew that the last attacks that I would have done to him, they were going to finish him off at a certain point. So, you know, he just quit it. He just quit it. People are like that, okay? If you're an honest person and you're hearing this right now at this instant moment, and you feel yourself that you're losing on a game, and, you know, just first of all, tips. First of all, practice. Come up with strategies. That's what I always do on games like this. I always come up with a strategy. If I see my opponent repeating the same move again and again and again, what I do is that I find a way to counter his moves so he would leave me alone. You already may have observed there, I actually fooled the person at the end. He was about to use Final Flash. Why? Because I can predict people's, you know, I can predict people's moves. I already have seen that strategy on work multiple times, and believe me that they have worked on me like only a few times. Let's say like the half of it actually worked and the other half didn't work. So since I had a key, you know, saved for the special last move, and I knew that he was in 3 bars of key, the most obvious thing of all is that you know that he's going to use a super special move right when your HP is really low. So my motto is keep your HP as much as you can. That's why you always see me, you know, when I get myself injured, I switch out right instantly so I can try out with a different character and see if I can inflict damage like multiple times and try to counter his moves as much as I can so I can save HP. I always save HP, I don't waste it. That's the point of other players, they waste it like in a really quick way, and a dumb one too. So it is completely fine to understand that every single time that you play a game, come up with the best strategy of all. Be prepared. That's the whole point of all. That's the whole point. You don't know if it's gonna be a newbie that you're gonna fight with, or is it gonna be, you know, the same ability as yours, mentality, or be, you know, even more higher than you. So you always gotta be prepared. You always gotta become better. That's what I always do. Every single time that I do a fight with someone, you know, you may see that sometimes I lose, but at the first fight I always lose. Sometimes. but sometimes I just win because I win. But sometimes on the first fight I lose, you know, but then at the second fight I become better. Then at the second fight, you know, I just improve and become much more better than my opponent. But then that's when you observe that your opponent's gonna become much more stronger than you in a certain point too. It's like tag. It's like a tagging game. It's like it's like two people playing tag. You're tagging, then you're tagging, and it's just an infinite loop. It's just an infinite loop. And then at a certain point, it's like if it would be an infinite battle. Believe me, at the end you would end up being like a professional. You would end up ending up like a professional in a certain ending. Until the fight doesn't stop, until one player surpasses the other on the next fight when it wins again. It's like you win, but then you win again. That's the point. That means you're surpassed. That means you already surpassed. So there we go. I already explained at the beginning of the video the theory of why Ash is so young. It's a cartoon. Also because they're third. You know the fuck, dude. Look at the maps of Pokemon. Compare it to the maps of the series, it looks exactly the same. So you just travel at the same speed as Ash on the game, and you don't take that much on passing it, or passing through the whole journey. So, and Ash, in conclusion, he's only like 11 to 12 years old. So don't expect for him to be that old. So he's still a kid. Everybody's a kid inside, and that creepypasta that he's in a coma, I don't believe it. Because if a Pokemon attacks you, it won't inflict as much as damage as getting run over by a car, or throwing yourself out of a building, or, you know, an asteroid impacting you. That would be a total devastation. Obviously, you know, just like, it would squish you instantly. Also the same way as a paper cut, you know. Boy. So, yep. There we have it. That was explaining the theory and also playing a little bit of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which was pretty frustrating. I was pretty sure I was about to increase a lot of points of one of the fights, but then that big fucker ass, you know, that it shits his pants every single time it loses, he decided to just quit and don't give me the points because he's an evil bitch. He's sinister. He's a sinister person. He was in Super Saiyan Blue, admitted you lost, you didn't won, I won. So, you know, just be a good sport. And I see you guys later next time. Super Gamer out.